How's it going, people? Welcome back to my channel. Finally, Kieran Tierney is over the line. We've got him, a long running saga throughout the summer, but we finally got our man. We've had to pay the 25 million outright, but he's signing a 5-year deal, and yeah, can't complain. Very happy indeed. He's a quality young fullback. He's someone that plays the fullback position very well in the modern game. As I mentioned in the previous video, the fullback positions are integral to all the top teams now. You just have to look at the league, Premier League, Man City and Liverpool. When Pep first came in, he analysed the team over a year and then he sorted out his defence, primarily the fullback positions. Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, he didn't have the outlay that Pep spent, but he managed to bring through Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson, and those two teams are flying high, and their fullbacks are a major part of why their transitional play is so good, why they get a lot of support in attacking areas, and why generally they tend to run most games. Man City and Liverpool are running most of their games, and fullback position is integral. In the modern game, you need your fullback to be able to go up and down the pitch. You need him to be equally as good attacking as he is defending. And I believe this is exactly what Tierney brings. We've got Kolasinac, who I'm a big fan of character-wise. I'm a big fan of his because he's brought in a lot of grit and a lot of heart and a lot of fight to the team. And it's not something I want to lose, you know what I mean? When we play other teams, we're not a soft touch no more. And a lot of that is down to players like Kolasinac. But one thing about him is when he plays in a back four, he's a liability defensively. Kolasinac can't play left back in a back four. And if Emery wants to go with a back four, then Kieran Tierney has to be the man with Kolasinac backing him up. Now, obviously, Kolasinac gives us the option of playing three at the back with full-backs. And when we do that, with better centre-backs in position, Kolasinac should get away with some of his lapses in concentration defensively, because he does provide a good attacking outlet, albeit a poor final ball. And that's another thing about Kieran Tierney. His final ball is a lot better than all of our full-backs, right and left. He gets up and down well, whips in a ball or two, get to the byline, cut it back, and he's going to be an outlet for us in terms of creativity. I believe that left side, especially the left wing, it hasn't been sorted yet. And by that, I mean, we have Nicolas Pepe on the right. We have Bellerin as our right back. But on the left wing, we're going to have to play probably a Iwobi, who's not an out-and-out left winger, but he does track back well. So he'll provide the cover, if necessary, for Tierney, who I expect to be overlapping our left winger. Like I said, we haven't got the quality on the left side of the attack that we do on the right side. So if we can possibly get Tierney in the mix and have him overlapping, if we play Aubameyang on the left, then Tierney can provide an option on the left when Aubameyang cuts in, because that's what he's going to want to do, especially using his pace off the last man and off the shoulder of the defenders. So we're going to need Tierney to really impose himself in that position. People are saying that he might not be a first-team player straight away, and he won't be because of an injury, but I expect as soon as he is back up and running, as soon as he is fit again, I expect him to slot right in that left-back position, because I'm expecting Emery to go with a back four. Obviously, we'll see in the next few weeks what he does really want to go with. But I expect Tierney to be a first-team member when he's fit again. Injury problems, that's been a highlight. That's, well, not a highlight, but that's been highlighted to me. That's been highlighted online. It's been highlighted by fans of opposing clubs trying to put him down. But when you look at his previous 4 or 5 seasons, he's only been about for 4 or 5 seasons. In his first season, he made a handful of appearances. But every year since then, like 15-16 season, he made around 35 appearances. In the 16-17 season, 38 appearances. 17-18 season, 49. And last season, he played 36 games in all competitions for Celtic and Scotland. That's pretty solid numbers. Like, we've had injury problems throughout the years, but to me, those numbers don't indicate an injury problem. It does indicate that he does have is prone to niggling knocks and injuries. He's had hip surgery already. He's had groin surgery already, which hopefully irons out them issues for him moving forward. There wasn't major problems for him, but obviously missing 10 days here, missing 2 weeks there, missing 5 days here because of these niggling injuries can really catch up to you over time. And first and foremost, he's got to look after himself, look after his body. And he's got them ops done pretty early. It's just about how he embeds into pace of the Premier League, the physicality of the Premier League. Hopefully, the groin and hip problems he's had in the past are behind him. Even though he's played an a high number of games for Celtic over the last 4 years with these niggling injuries, it shows that he's probably a player with a lot of grit. He can play through the pain. He's someone that wants to play. He doesn't really want to be sitting at home calling in sick. So that bodes well for me. And when I look at his output, now, he's a very young fullback. And I know the Scottish League isn't the best league to be looking at when you're analysing the statistics of players. But his output as a fullback shows you, at the very least, that he's very adept at attacking. He can get up and down the pitch. Defensively, it's hard to judge in the Scottish League because there isn't much competition there for Celtic, especially since Rangers have plummeted. But attacking wise, look, 15-16 season, 1 goal, 5 assists, and this is just his league numbers. I've only taken his league numbers out in this section. 1 goal, 6 assists in 16-17, 3 goals, 7 assists. His best year in terms of output, and that was 2017-18 when he played 49 games in all competitions. Don't forget that the 3 goals, 7 assists is just in the Scottish Premier League. And just last season, he didn't get any goals, but he got 4 assists. And that bodes well. Like I've mentioned before, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, vital to Liverpool's attack. Man United bringing in Wan-Bissaka. You saw Wan-Bissaka last season at Crystal Palace. He can get up and down, defensively solid, but also gives you an attacking option, also gives you someone on the byline that's going to overlap your wingers, overlap your attackers, and get into positions to cause real problems for opposition defences. So you can see the influence of the fullback position growing year on year. We've obviously broke the transfer record for Celtic. I think it was held by Dembele before. I think he went for about 19.7 mil or 20 mil to Lyon. We've obviously given 25 mil for Kieran Tierney. And what was interesting is Charlie Nichols on Sky Sports not long ago, he was saying that he's an Arsenal and Celtic fan, and he was saying that he believes we've paid a bit over the odds for Tierney. He believes that Celtic have got a very good deal out of it. He's probably not worth 25 million yet, but at the end of the day, I don't care. Arsenal just need to spend the money, get the players we need to get in, because we're lacking in terms of what we can provide for them. When I look at Champions League football or Europa League football, we provide the latter. So we've got to make up for it by really stamping our authority in transfer markets, offering maybe a bit above what other teams are offering, like we did for Pepe. But it's got to be done now. We want to get back into a position where the players are very attracted by the prospect of signing for Arsenal, and we do have more leeway in negotiations, and we do have players maybe ruffling a few feathers back home to make the move to Arsenal. Right now, we're not that club. I know Zaha just handed in a transfer request yesterday off the back of Everton's interest, and obviously we've been interested. But we're not that club anymore to be bringing in prospects left, right and centre, because the last decade has really painted a poor picture of Arsenal. So we need to get these players in, pay a bit over the top, and just move. We need to move, and that's what we've been doing in the last 3 weeks. I can't lie to you. You lot saw how vocal I was this summer about Kroenke and investment and showing that he cares, and a lot more. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not done yet. It's not done yet because the centre-back, Louise, you know what? Go over to my Louise video to see what I think about that. But Kieran Tierney, sticking to him, I'm happy, man. I can't lie to you. We've got a full-back that can really support the attack and really improves us defensively. Someone who's naturally left-footed, his natural position coming through the Celtic youth system has been left back. He's just happy to play there. Sometimes you look at Kolasinac and you think, maybe this guy's a left winger. You look at Maitland-Niles on the right side, he's not a fullback. So you can really see how it damages us, not only defensively, but transitionally, moving forward, how it damages us not having the correct players in the right positions. Playing Kolasinac in the back four doesn't work, but we've had to do it last season, and it's caused us issues. Playing Maitland-Niles as a right wing back or a right back, it hasn't worked in my opinion. But we're still going to have to do it moving into this season because Bellerin's injured. So there's still problem areas, there's still areas where we need to improve on. But I can't lie, I'm impressed with the last few weeks in the market from Arsenal. we haven't really gone after shit names. By that I mean, in years gone past, in the last week, we could sign like Park Chu-youngs and Takuma Asano's and Andre Santos's and all these players in a panic that really years later have done fuck all and are just quietly headed to the exit door. This time around, it looks like we've made moves to really improve us now, but more so in the near future. Tierney's going to grow into and develop at Arsenal Football Club and help us move forward into a new era. Nicolas Pepe, the same. Saliba coming in next summer, the same. Leno, Torreira, Guendouzi coming in last summer, the same. So look, you can see a change there in the players we're going for. Last summer, we didn't stamp our authority financially. This summer, you can argue we have, especially with the Pepe deal, but you can argue we haven't with the way we've gone about installments and whatnot. I hate to say it, but I am impressed. Not hate to say it, because obviously I want to be impressed. But what it is I was so vocal about Kroenke and showing us he cares that I'm actually surprised at what we've managed to accomplish in the last couple of weeks of the transfer window and deadline day today. Do you know what I mean? It's been one of the most exciting deadline days for us as Arsenal fans for a good while. We're not clamoring about trying to fill holes with just average fucking players. We're actually going for the players we want to go for. I know centre-back wise, a bit iffy because it looked like Upamecano was the guy we really wanted, but it is what it is. We've managed to get Kieran Tierney in. And one thing I do want to say is it must have been difficult for him to leave Celtic because he's a Celtic fan, grew up there, he's a Celtic boy, he come through the youth system, he broke through. Not a similar story to Jenkinson, who we brought into Arsenal, but you know Kieran Tierney loves Celtic Football Club. And the amount of stick he's receiving online because of this move about he's doing it for money and he's doing it for this and that. He's doing it to improve his own level. He's doing it to improve his own legacy. At the end of the day, Celtic are the best team in Scotland, yeah? But the Premier League is a far greater entity. It's a far greater platform for players. And if Kieran Tierney wants to really challenge Robertson for the left-back role in the Scotland national team, then he's going to have to make a move. He's going to have to show himself, show his confidence, improve levels, improve the players he's playing against. And best believe he's not coming to Arsenal just for money. Like, I'm sure if he held tight a bit longer, he could have made more money somewhere else. But we've got him now. Celtic fans, obviously, I'm sorry that you've lost a quality young player. I'm sorry that you've lost someone that you seem to love, because that's all I can say to explain it all. Do you know what I mean? When you love a player so much, I've seen it myself. When you love a player so much and he leaves, sometimes, you know what, the emotions, it gets the best of you and you're not seeing as clearly as you might do in a few weeks or in a few months, looking back in hindsight and seeing how much more Kieran Tierney has developed. And his love for Celtic Football Club is not going to dwindle. It's not going to die. At the end of the day, he's making you proud. That's what he's trying to do. If Kieran Tierney reaches the top, if Kieran Tierney is a big part of our resurgence at Arsenal Football Club, and if he really dominates his position at left back for the next 6, 7, 8 years to come, and we start challenging and start improving and start getting back to the level we was 15 years ago, then how can you not look at the lad and be happy for him? How can you not look at the lad and be proud of him, that he came from Celtic and now he's a star? Because potentially he is going to be a star for Arsenal Football Club. He can potentially be a captain in 3, 4, 5 years. Obviously, he's British, so that makes sense. He knows what it is to play for Arsenal Football Club. So we've got a good little player on our hands. It's about supporting him now, and it's about looking at this transfer window and actually being pleased for once. I can't lie to you, I'm pleased for once in a transfer window. But you know what, my subscribers, let me know what you think below. Are you happy with the transfer window? Are you pleased like I am, or are you still not completely sure? Because don't get me wrong, I'm not completely sure about what we've done in defence, especially centrally, but I'm impressed with the signings we have made. It's just about embedding them now and really moving forward, because this is a big chance for us to get top 4 with Chelsea and United all over the place. It's not nice to see Tottenham really going out there and flexing their financial muscles just a few months after moving into their brand new £1 billion stadium. But let's not look at other teams too much. Shit can change in a couple of years. Let's just focus on ourselves. And like I said, I'm pleased with this window. Let me know what you guys think below. Welcome, Kieran Tierney. Hopefully you're our starting left back for many, many years to come. But love people for the support. I'm out.